Drievliet is a small family park in the Netherlands. Despite its size, the park had more theming than I expected, and there are 4 roller coasters including the unique Formule X launch coaster. I knew very little about this park going into my visit, and in this review, I'll help you determine if you should visit. Drievliet opened back in 1938. The park started off as a playground, and mechanical rides started being added in the 1950s. Over the past decade, the park has received a major facelift. The park started to theme its rides and lands, which was more in line with what you see at the other parks across Europe. And now the park looks quite nice and has a real charm to it. This park had better theming than I expected overall. There are a few small areas with a unified theme. The front section has a colorful nautical theme. This carried over to several of the rides. Then there were all sorts of animal statues, and some rides had seawalls placed adjacent to them. Plus I saw a few characters walking around. Behind that is a farm-themed area. This even includes this barn that's a musical revue filled with these animal animatronics that sing to you. I love how many European parks feature quirky exhibits like this. You typically don't see this back in America. Then the back half of the park features a Western-themed area, which again is par for the course overseas. You have the usual Western facades and some rides with familiar themes like runaway trains, mine carts, and horses. And all this theming was paired with some nice landscaping. I know I didn't visit on the prettiest of days, but I could still appreciate all the greenery around the park. I especially liked all the trees on the park's perimeter because it made you forget you were in a decent-sized city. This Dutch park is located in The Hague. That's roughly 40 minutes from downtown Amsterdam, or 1 hour from either Efteling or Walibi, Holland. If you arrive by car, like I did, you will park in the giant lot across the street from the entrance. You then cross a bridge over the roadway, which gives a really nice view of the park. The interesting thing is that you then walk through another parking lot just to reach the main entrance. I did not see a single car parked here, so I'm not sure when or if this is still used. If a local knows, I'd love to hear. But the coaster enthusiast in me would love to see the park expand into this lot and grow in the future. Parking cost €8 as of 2022. You purchase a coin and insert it into a machine at the exit to raise the barrier and leave. Admission tickets cost €22 if you buy them in advance online, which is extremely reasonable for what the park offers. Drievliet is typically open from 10 a.m. to either 5 or 6 p.m., but the attractions have different hours. Most rides up front will open with the park. Those in the back half open a half hour later, including 3 of the 4 roller coasters. Then many rides also will close a half hour early. You can refer to a board above the park entrance for the hours of each ride and the specific day of your visit. The reduced hours aren't too big of an issue though because lines are quite minimal here. Most rides were walk-ons for me, and that seems to be the case from the few other reports I've heard. The only ride that had a bit of a wait for me during my visit was Formule X. That's because it was running just a single train holding just 6 riders. Even still, it maxed out at a 15 to 20 minute wait. But I would recommend going there once the ride opens up to get a few laps in with shorter waits, just in case it does back up. I also want to note that I did visit on a dreary and rainy day. Maybe that impacted crowds, but it hasn't had too much of an impact on my other visits to European parks. Rain does not stop most rides in Europe, those at Drievliet included. The employees loaded rides quickly and efficiently. I saw 20 to 30 second dispatches on several coasters, and the flat rides were loaded much more efficiently and faster than their counterparts stateside. This also may have helped explain the shorter waits. Now let's run through the ride lineup. The park is aimed towards families, so most rides are understandably designed for the kiddie or family demographic. 3 of the 4 coasters are designed for that audience. Dynamite Express is a mock-powered coaster. This one has some better speed and force than the others out there. You actually get a little force on the turns, and there are 1 or 2 spots of weak airtime. Twistrix is a weird spinning coaster from Mauer. It's not the usual one with the single-car vehicles. Rather, this one features an 8-car train, and it is super small. It's no bigger than the most kiddie coasters, and it features a simple layout around a garden. But this ride spins like crazy. It is one of the most dizzying coasters out there. You know those forceful full spins you get on a tilt-a-whirl? Chain a bunch of those together, and that's essentially what Twistrix is. This is a must for spinning ride fans. Copper Maya is a Mauer wild mouse. This one features the familiar layout, but has very little braking, so you get strong laterals in the initial hairpin turns and a few pops of airtime on the drops in the second half. Then there is also a fun tunnel towards the end with some strobe effects. The fourth and final coaster is Formule X. This is the park's only thrill coaster and best attraction in my opinion. This is a Mauer X-Car coaster with some nice elements. It starts off with a punchy LSM launch. Do not be fooled by the ride's modest top speed of 45 miles per hour or 72 kilometers per hour. This launch has a good kick. Then you have a dive loop with a pinch of hang time over the top and good positives on the pullout. A bunny hill with an ejector airtime pop, and a slow corkscrew with insane hang time. The ride is fairly smooth too, especially up front, which is good because this has been an issue in some of the other X-Car coasters. I have a separate review on this ride, but this is the main reason coaster enthusiasts will want to visit this park. Moving on to the flat rides, the park is similarly skewed towards family offerings. You have a handful of spinning rides. Then there are two thrilling flats I want to point out. Nautilus is the park's KMG Frisbee, and it's probably their most thrilling attraction overall. This afterburner runs a long cycle with good lifter airtime in all the max swings, and there are plenty of those. Then you get decent positive Gs in the downswings. Qual is a Huss Enterprise with nice Gs and no shortage of inversions. Just be careful not to miss this ride because it's near the front of the park, hidden behind a seawall, so you can only see it when it's running. For dark rides, the only traditional one is Spook Museum. It's a pretty short one, but has better quality figures than I expected for a park of this size. The ride mixes traditional haunted house and Egyptian themes, and there are some jump scares. I found them pretty predictable, which is fine for an adult, because they did seem really effective on younger guests. Then you also have a 5D theater as well. You have two water rides available. One is Jungle River, which is a Reverchon log flume with 2 drops. It has the usual portable layout, but that double down can give a hint of airtime. The other water ride is Slybon Brihada. This is a quartet of wet-dry water slides. One is enclosed, 2 are double downs, and 1 is a single straight drop. While you won't get any airtime here, these slides do have solid speed, and it's neat how they're self-operated. Observation and transportation rides make up a large chunk of this park's offerings. Kids can board a wide range of vehicles. Then you also have a Ferris wheel and monorail for everyone else to enjoy together. Along with the mechanical rides, this park has several playgrounds. These weren't being used much in the day I visited due to the rain, but there looked to be some interesting climbs and slides, and I liked how they were scattered about the park, sometimes themed as well. As for food, I only got a snack here. It was a pretty average hot dog, but it was fairly priced. So do I recommend Drievliet? I think it's a charming family park. It is very affordable. It looks nice and has plenty for kids and families to do together. Then coaster enthusiasts and thrill seekers will likely enjoy Formule X. I would prioritize the big 3 parks in the Netherlands over this in Efteling, Walibi Holland, and Toverland, but it's worth considering Drievliet after you've been to those parks. If you only care about the coasters, it is possible to speedrun this park in just an hour or 2. I think a half day is best though if you don't want to rush and also want time for re-rides. And this park is very easy to pair with another if you're on a European coaster road trip. You can combine this park with one of the big 3 I already mentioned, or you can combine it with Dunrell, which is another small park roughly 15 minutes away. That places 3 coasters including a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. So those are my thoughts on Drievliet and the Hague, Netherlands. What are your thoughts on this park, whether it be the rides or theming? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.